Hey, John and Leroy here from Slapshot, Utah, and we have a special announcement for you.
I can't believe we're doing this, guys. But with our partners at Big Willie's, we are doing a watch party on January 24th at 1:30 p.m. to watch our Utah Mammoth take on the Nashville Predators.
We're having a coat drive that benefits the Road Home, which is an organization that helps Utah families who are struggling on their road back from homelessness. Bring a coat, gently used or brand new, and we'll donate it for you to the Road Home. John, what do people get if they donate a coat to the Road Home?
Well, not only a coat, but anything you bring that we can give to them as value. And we'll even have a QR code for a Venmo, and we'll donate all the proceedings to them. And you will receive a raffle ticket to win one of the many great prizes we've got. I don't want to spoil some shit, but you're going to want to see what we got.
The prizes are dope. You don't want to miss it. Raffle tickets, coats, donations, whatever you got to do. Utah shows up and we know it. So Mammoth fans, we want to show up for the Road Home and make the homeless feel warm and cozy this winter. And love our Utah Mammoth as we take on the Nashville Predators at 1:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. That's a day game, guys. It's going to be crazy.
Our friends at Big Willie's are making us specialty cocktails, specialty food menus, and you're going to get the best service you get in Salt Lake City. So join me, Leroy, and Slapshot Utah people everywhere at Big Willie's. 1:30 p.m., January 24th, 2026, for our watch party.
Tusks up, baby.
Slapshot Utah!
We're hot and we're cold. We're yes and we're no. We're in and we're out. We're up and we're down. We're the Utah Mammoth, and we can't figure out whether or not we're suck or whether we're goats. So, John, welcome back to Slapshot, Utah. How are you doing after this up and down, crazy, topsy-turvy road trip?
I'm good, man. It's funny that last week we came into this podcast being like, are we absolutely gonna lose the rest of the year and kick Bear out of a job? Then we had an all right showing to San Jose, but then we just went on an absolute duck hunt. And I'm sure we'll dive into all of that, but I could say the optimism is definitely up among the Mammoth herd right now.
Yeah, well, we're certainly going to progress cautiously. Like you mentioned, we lost to San Jose on the road, and just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, just when the calls for Bears Head have been about as loud as they've been in the Mammoth fan base, out of nowhere, 7-0, the duck hunt, like you say.
Yeah.
Whew, that was as Mike Folta put it on his post, red light therapy. Just hearing that horn go off over and over 7 times in the same game sure feels like it got a monkey off our back. Now, Anaheim, great team, young team, starting off hot, but I'm not going to try and take anything away, but I am just saying goaltending issues right now in Anaheim. Dostal injured. They've got backup on backup. The goaltending situation isn't that great, although it seemed like a dominant performance. I will say that is the only Utah Mammoth game of the 2025 season up to this point that I had not watched with my own eyes, either on television, and I began to wonder, is it me? Because I missed it completely.
Well,
I think I took a purple gummy and ended up going to sleep in the pregame show, and I woke up to what was
that was like one of my favorite like tweet threads of the season so far is you tweeting, "Hey, I took a purple gummy before dinner." and I missed out. What happened? And
Well,
everyone's like, "Well, you missed the greatest game of all time, man." So
yeah.
that really
Was I dreaming? I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so great. All right. So they get out of Anaheim. Fantastic.
I will say though,
stuff.
Danlil Boot, who we talked about in the preseason, making a debut. Love this kid, man. Love this kid. As you guys know, as a big guy, I've been complaining we need more size on this team. He is an absolute tower out there on the ice,
Yeah.
and he looks good.
Yeah, he is a tall. What does they say? A tall glass of water. I don't know how you say that in
something
Russian.
like that.
Tall drink of water, but yeah,
tall
on
drink
blades,
of vodka.
he gets in there. He's well. Look, you got another Continental Hockey League player. Not afraid to be physical. Not afraid to get right in there, elbow to elbow in front of the net. I think Boot is going to be a lot of. It's going to be a lot.
He's going to be some trouble, and he looks good. Unfortunately, it wasn't that game. It was actually the last. No, it wasn't Calgary. It was a Vancouver game where he scored a goal that got waved off, and
right. But he did score in the Anaheim game, though. He did score during the Anaheim game.
Who did
yeah,
it?
Okay.
Who did it?
Yeah, who did it? Right. And of course, I think they gave
Boot the
or
hat.
who are we calling him? Cheeks? Is that what it's going to be? Is Cheeks? At least that's
no.
what Ian Cole was calling him, Cheeks. But
I
they
think
gave him they gave him the fat hat, which is welcome to the NHL, young man.
I think it would be sick on one timers. We call it a booty call, but you know someone's going to steal that on Twitter. But I won't say much more.
Boots up. Yeah, we know who's gonna. Yeah, it kind of feels like the podcast world is like rap music. Sooner or later, anything that you've said or done is going to be recycled and regurgitated through somebody else. So get over it.
It's all good.
All right. Okay. So could we keep the momentum going after the Anaheim game? Yes. And although I was at the company Christmas party, I did rely for the first time ever on SEG Plus mobile app to keep me abreast of what was going on in the Utah Mammoth Vancouver game while I was at the corporate company Christmas party. 4-1. How about it? Did you watch that game? Did you watch the game, John?
Yeah, watched it, and it was actually kind of a strange game because we as far as shots, we shot 18 to their 33, scored on 4 of them. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
like
Sergachev having a great game in the Vancouver game.
Having a great game. We got to give it up to Veg. 18 block shots, played on his fucking nuts. That was awesome.
So my
was
dude,
it Vanacek or was it? No, it was Veggie.
We had two great games out of Veggie. We had the Anaheim game was Veggie,
and then Vancouver.
And then we had Vanacek for Calgary.
Yeah.
So listen, we talked a few episodes ago about the magic number, if you will, the arbitrary magic number of 90%. Goaltending. Yeah. And you'll notice what's happened over the last week or so is that Vejmelka 0.86 goaltending save average is now borderline 9. It's 0.897, I think is what I saw this morning after the road trip. Vanacek not doing quite so well, but I will say this, and I bet you're going to agree with me, John. Like you mentioned at the beginning of the road trip, this fan base was on the ledge, right?
Ledge.
I mean, on the Fire Bear. I mean, there was
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of heat. But, it's interesting what a 7-0 shellacking in Anaheim will completely, all of a sudden, are we back? And then after the Vancouver game, all of it seemed to suddenly wash away. It was almost like, I feel a little shitty. Like maybe we were calling for Bear's head too earlier. Maybe it's worse than that. Maybe we're soft. Maybe we're a soft fan base. We can't really take the ups and downs. And, there's nothing really to worry about it. Like I think you would post on social media, we're back. we're so back,
We're
baby.
so back, baby.
And then last night we come pondering into Calgary, albeit without Logan Cooley, who smashed up his lower body. I think that's translation for knee. Pretty good up against the post in the Vancouver game. Did finish the game, but he was out for the Calgary game. We were down, and also Vanacek was in goal. I'm not sure what happened, but we were right back to the same old hockey we were complaining about at the beginning of the road trip. By the end of the Calgary game, it's a shame. Seemed like that was a game within reach that we probably could have at least gone to overtime with. John, who are we? What's up? Are we back? Are we not back? What are we going to see Monday night against the Kings?
Well, I think that, like you said, I think a lot of us need to realize this. This is just as long as an NBA season. This is 82 games, right? 82 games, right?
Yeah.
So we need to buckle down, and losing a 7-game like fucking stretch is not out of the norm. I will say, for my fellow like Jazz transfer portal people that are now watching hockey, Cooley's starting to remind me of Dante Exum, if we really want to take it back to, of like, it seems like he's just like full speed and doesn't know how to stop. So he just is going to tear his knees apart. So
Yeah.
I hope that in the future, especially now, like in this season particularly, because he'll have the off season to rest and to recuperate and everything. But I hope he learns how to control himself, because he's going 23 miles an hour into a goalpost.
Yeah.
I'm no fucking rocket scientist, but like, dude, you can't be doing that.
You gotta love that the kid is all out, but at the same time,
all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, protect the investment. If you would,
dude.
please.
Yeah, man, go 18 miles an hour. We don't need you at 21.
If I were Logan Cooley, I'll tell you how I'm approaching it, why I'm playing like that. And I don't know for sure, but I'll tell you what I'm thinking. There's a lot of talk about the young guns in the NHL right now, the Bedards, the
trying to make my name,
the Carlsons.
Where's Cooley? Good.
Well, isn't it just wicked to watch? Man, that whole Sharks team is such a tarps off
right now.
Yeah, there's such a fun, it's such a fun group. It almost makes me jealous because there's no expectation to win in San Jose. And so that is just a group of kids and, all their crazy drunk uncles enjoying the hell out of playing hockey, pressure free. And I think
team's been there forever, so fans are just like, we're gonna be here regardless.
Well, and it's been a hopeless situation in San Jose for a while, but like here we are.
Right. Yeah. A year and a half into this experiment,
Yeah. Well, and that's the reason that, like we mentioned in an episode previous, why the Anaheim Ducks have such great merch is because they've already dealt with the cuckoo up and down of, just wasn't that many years ago they won a Stanley Cup, and here we are. They just on the tail end of kind of a losing seasons, and so it's great. It's fun to watch the Ducks. They're resurgent, and so now you see the San Jose Sharks. You can kind of see them come up and coming, but here we are, a Mammoth fan base. Week to week, live or die,
losing our shit. Yeah,
and let's take it easy here.
We gotta relax, people. We're gonna be all right.
Now, of course, the losing did provoke some interesting discussions. Namely, should we being the Utah Mammoth, retain Berrettini at the end of this season? At the end of December, who knows how long it takes for Bear. But the question I have for you, there was a lot of what is the Utah Mammoths' plan long-term for management? Like, is Bear really the guy, or is there something, where are we really in the development process? And I will say that Randon from the Two Line Pass podcast mentioned and seemingly quite confident which kind of scared the shit out of me a little bit, but that you should just buckle in and get ready because we're going to have at least this season and maybe all of next season with Andre Tourigny, Bear. John, if you had to have this and next season of Andre Tourigny, what would that mean for the trajectory of the Utah Mammoth?
Well,
If that were true.
to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised a single percent at all because, you know, A, where are we going? It's kind of like as most people know, I'm a Steelers fan. We all want to fire Mike Tomlin, who's considered a top 5 coach in the NFL, right?
He's been there for a long time.
He's been there for a long time. And Andre Tourigny, he's the 4th longest tenured coach in the NHL right now. But it's like, where do you go from there? It's like, actually, this is actually a good time where I'm going to bring up one of our callers. This is actually a perfect time, Leroy, before I go on my rant about that. So let's go over here because our buddy Trent Tanner, shout out, fucking, he had a great point. And so I'm going to bring up, this is a perfect time. We're going to play him right now. All right. Let's hear what Trent has to say.
Leroy, John, this is Trent Tanner from Eagle Mountain, Utah. I wanted to weigh in on Kearney's situation and people calling for his job. I need to preface that I am a lifelong Bruins fan. I cheer for both teams now, but I have a little PTSD when it comes to head coaching changes. First off, I think we really need to address the fact that Mammoth fans were done a disservice. The statements of playoff or bust at the beginning of the season are just not factual. This isn't a playoff team. They aren't making moves to make the team stronger so they can actually get into the playoffs and withstand a playoff run. They aren't putting draft picks on the table. It's just we're not quite there yet. But when it comes to the head coaching position, I honestly really think that it would just be detrimental to the team if they made a change now. I understand their performance is kind of lacking, but there's no great coaches out there on the market right now. They need to let Kearney finish out his contract. And if somebody happens to come available in that time, then they can make the change. But it's just really something that I don't think that would actually benefit the team at all. It actually set them back. If one thing they do need to change, they need to get that power play running. I think coaching change in that aspect is warranted. If they get that unit running, I think they'll see less close games, less losses, less games going to overtime, and they really would have a better shot of ramping up to a playoff team and attracting better talent when the time comes. Once again, great show. Keep up the great work. Can't wait for the next episode. Thanks.
Trent, thank you for calling. Dude, Trent hit it fucking right on the head, dude. We're not a playoff team. These are aspirations that we're doing. We're not making giant moves. We're not out here signing the highest free agent. And honestly, we got to stick to Bear. So one of the things I was going to bring up, so I did a little deep dive into stats. We're 32nd when it comes to penalty box minutes, which means we have the least amount. That shows that we're a pretty disciplined team. Bears got the guys disciplined. It seems to me like the message might be going to the kids, but just like Trent said, perfectly worded. You get rid of Bear, who do we get? We're gonna get Lamb or something. We're gonna get some soft ass coach, and we're all gonna be pissed anyway. Just like he said, he's got Vietnam flashbacks thinking about Bruins coaching changes over the last couple seasons, and I feel it, man.
The grass is often not greener on the other side, and as what is the Hamlet, better to bear the ills we have sometimes than fly to others that we know not of. I think what Trent really hit upon, I want to hit upon as well, is what's really the story, the development story for the Utah Mammoth. Yes, I know as fans, we're told that it's playoffs or bust, that we're really getting aggressive, like the rebuild is over and now it's time to make our strike. But I wonder how much of that is team PR, and I wonder how much of that is the real big picture of what Bill Armstrong, general manager of the Utah Mammoth, has lined up for the team. Because this whole build a contender game, it's like a card game. Like, you've got to know
Yeah.
when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when
When to walk away,
know when to
know
run.
when to run.
Yeah, and if you peak too soon and you fill your roster up with free agents that are big dollar, that have high minutes expectations, you're kind of painting yourself into a corner. Look at what we have coming up through the system. We've got
Yeah.
Kij Ginla. We've got Cole Bedouin. We've got Denoye. Like, not to mention, like, there's so many things that can happen over the next few seasons. Now, that sounds like get ready and bite your cheek, because we're probably not going to make the playoffs. Maybe we will, and if we do, we're going to be out first round. But the good news is this is just the beginning. And I
Right.
love it that management is playing this from the long view, it's so if we do make the playoffs this year or next year, that's just great, but that's not what we're trying to accomplish. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to build a wagon. The end
Agreed.
goal is to build a juggernaut that continues to cycle through, with a core, but never have a rebuild for years and years. Just keep the machine moving as long as it can take you, into the future. And so I like that that's what it seems that management is trying to do. We as fans, there's so much hockey, and there's decades, so I think maybe we've learned a lesson here as a fan base, is it can go from 0 to 60 back to 0, and whether or not we're losing our flipping minds, because after all, we're on a swearing moratorium right now on the show.
Have we swore yet?
No, not anywhere. 19 minutes and 48 seconds, and I didn't even
let's
go. Yeah, I went with flipping. How about that? In perfect Utah fashion.
Hell yeah. Hey, but I want to say, Trent, thank you for calling in.
Great
if you
call.
guys want to call in, like Trent, dude, it was an awesome call. But since Trent called in, Trent's actually a friend of the show, weirdly. His brother-in-law is a good friend of mine. But I want to give Trent's nephew a shout out. His name is Gavin Ord, Leroy. And everyone that listens to this needs to know this name. He's an 18-year-old speed skater who is currently trying to qualify for the Olympics. And he's from here in Utah. His goal is to make it to the 2034 Salt Lake, Utah Olympics. So Gavin Ord from Slapshot, Utah, and all Mammoth fans everywhere, dude, fucking go fast, man. We made 20 minutes, so fucking go fast, dude. Represent the fam, Gavin Ord, man. We're cheering for you, buddy. But but I also want to say I love that. Trent, that was one of the best fucking call-ins we've had. So anyone else that wants to let us know your insight, call right here. I really he hit it right on the head. We're with Bear. Buckle up, people. This is a grind. And we got a young group, and the only way is up and to the right, as I always tell Leroy.
Yeah, up and to the right. All right. Right. So what is coming up for the Utah Mammoth? Okay. So where we're at right now is the team is 14 wins, 13 losses, and 3 overtime losses. The Los Angeles Kings are coming to town on Monday night.
Good team.
I will definitely be there, and I recommend you be there, or at least watch too, because there is an NHL legend, in my opinion, and many others, an NHL legend who will be playing possibly for the last time on the Utah ice. Anze Kopitar, Los Angeles Kings center, his retirement season So much classy stuff going on the ice. Ovechkin arranged that post game, all of the guys stay on the ice and, slap skin with Anze. And the same thing happened the other night. Even after getting a 7-0 shellacking, the Blackhawks stayed on the ice and gave Kopitar some love. And so I'm definitely
he's
going to
been
be
in
saying,
it for so long.
gee, it's almost 20 years now, 2
Yeah.
Stanley Cups. You know the thing about Anze Kopitar? Lady Bird trophy winner all the time, and that's the biggest gentleman of the league, of course.
Love it.
Yeah, Anze is always such a great player. But anyway, so yeah, that'll be Monday night. Kings playing pretty good hockey as of late. Of course, here's what I've noticed. Don't ask the Kings fan that. You want to know why? Don't feel ashamed, Mammoth fans, because the Kings fan, because I followed the Kings orbitally from, my past life as a Kings fan. And still, a little bit of my heart is still with the Kings. But, I noticed Kings fans, they're doing the same thing that we are, guys. 1 minute, they're
Losing
about
their
to
shit,
jump
yeah.
off a building saying that they can't score. Their team's terrible. They win 2 or 3 games. All is fixed. Right back into it. They have one game where nothing works out. So it's just the ups and downs, schizophrenia's highs and lows of being an NHL fan. But
Dude,
don't lose your shit.
Don't lose your shit. And I was going to say that goes across like all fandom, because one of my favorite videos I saw today, there's a guy going around asking Steelers fans in the stadium, who's your least favorite team? And all of them were like, oh, the Cowboys, the Patriots, the Browns. The realist one goes, I hate the Steelers. And as a diehard fan of my teams, my favorite teams are my least favorite teams as well. They piss me off.
It's always a love-hate relationship,
Yeah.
But, being able to call it like it is part of loving something, especially when
Dude,
it comes to sports,
I will say I was kind of excited last night, before we lost inevitably, that we talked shit last episode. They were like, oh, going on this road trip. And I was like, oh, we would get 6 points easy. We almost did.
Yeah.
We almost did, Lee.
After that Sharks game, didn't you just think this is just going to be miserable? I think that was the talk at the beginning of the week, John. If we lose out the entire week, we're going to do this show shit faced.
Yeah. And to be fair, I'm normally a little
we're sooner or later we're going to both show up shit faced, drunk,
when we win
whether we win
Cup.
or lose. Yeah. Okay, so are you coming to the game Monday night, John, against the Kings? I can't remember.
I do not have tickets to games this week, but you and me are doing that fun fan event on Thursday where we'll be down on the ice hitting shots and meeting people.
Yes.
So that'll be really cool.
Yeah, that's the season ticket, season event, meet and greet, all that kind of stuff. Of course, before that, on Wednesday night, the world champion Florida Panthers will be coming to town to play your Utah Mammoth. Wow. Not the same Panthers team that we saw kicking ass, taking names in June. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people there, but it didn't seem to me like Florida really has a traveling fan base. Anyways,
no, they live in Florida. Why'd they come here?
Yeah. Why would they?
They're like, I live in Miami. I'm not going to Salt Lake in December.
Yeah. Yeah. And then finally, Friday night, the Seattle Kraken will be at the Delta Center to play the Utah Mammoth. Listen, I don't want to set any high expectations. And, usually, John, I'm pretty cynical, pretty conservative about my predictions for the week, right?
You are. You never go that crazy. You're not a homer like I am. I always go homer mode.
5 points this homestand.
5 points.
Yeah.
So we're going to get What do you think it'll be, though? 2 wins in overtime and a loss?
I think we take an overtime loss to the Kings, and then I think we beat the Panthers and we beat the
And Seattle.
we beat the Kraken.
My bad. I included Pittsburgh next Sunday. My bad.
Pittsburgh, well, now
That's
of
an
course,
away game. That's an away game. So my
yeah,
bad. I
but
just wrote
then
that
again,
down.
you'll be out of town that weekend, so we do have to cover the Pittsburgh game
Yeah, let's
today.
let's do the Pittsburgh game today too. So out
So
of the
we
4
have
games, out of the 4
yes,
games.
so out of the 4 games, we'll have to add them all up. Now, of course, understand that it's only a 3-game homestand this week for the Utah Mammoth at the Delta Center. They will leave town to play the Pittsburgh Penguins on Sunday. Sidney Crosby, Jimmy Malkin, all your favorites.
Are they doing a farewell tour? Are they haven't come out and said like this is my last year, right?
Not yet. I mean, if there's always going to be, bullshit trade rumblings with Sidney Crosby, but no,
Every year.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think they're solid for now, but yeah, so it'll be interesting. We got to add that to the slate. So you're right. It's not just the Kings. It's not just the Panthers. It's not just the Kraken. I'm going to give that 5, and I'm going to stick with 5 for the entire 4-game set. I think we lose in Pittsburgh. So yeah, I think we get 5 points for the 4-game set. What do you think, John?
All right, and that I'm going with 5 right with you, but I'm doing I'm a predict we lose to LA. Farewell tour. It's a hard one to bet on. I never bet on farewell tours. I think we beat Florida and Seattle, and then we get an overtime loss in Pittsburgh.
So 5.
I think we.
So we're
I think we have a good 2-game homestand. I'm hoping that crazy Kraken fan that called in episode 1 will call us after the game drunk when we play Seattle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll get 5 points out of this. I was starting to look at the stats, Lee, and we all go on Twitter and we're complaining about fucking everything, of course, right? But I mean, we're right in the middle on most of these stats, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're not like we're very low. We're 25th in power play percentage, which that's super bad. We're not doing we're top 10 for hits per game. I love that. Top 15 for takeaways per game. Love that. Top 15 in shots against per game. So we got to work on that, I guess. We're giving some open shots. And then we're actually, so the higher the number, the better. We're 20th in shots per game. So like we're a little on the lower end, I guess. But I mean, we're not as horrible as it's not burn the ships yet. It's not burn the ships yet.
No. And of course, the season would be pretty boring if we won 1, lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1, lost 1. It's a streaky game. Listen, we get to keep all of the winning streaks and the losing streaks, but we just learned all it takes is 2 or 3 games of playing well, and then all can kind of switch around. And you're absolutely right, John. I think we're in a wild card spot right now. Even not playing our best hockey. We're underperforming. Yes. Are we playing up to our potential? No. But we're still on the bubble. And listen, I think that's good enough for this team to grow. I think that's good enough right now for this team to maintain its esteem. And I think it's good enough right now for the fan base to stay engaged. Anything but where the Jazz are at right now for the Utah Mammoth, I think is going to be good enough to sell tickets. It's going to get more difficult as time goes on, but maybe we were wrong, John. Maybe the honeymoon isn't over in Salt Lake for the Mammoth.
And I don't think it'll ever be over, Lee. I think as fans, we need to realize how lucky we are that we actually got this team here now, finally. I think we need to take advantage of being able to watch NHL hockey. I agree on a lot of things with our Mammoth fans. Like today on Twitter, I agree. I'm pissed. BYU deserved a playoff spot. All right. And I'm a Utes fan, but BYU deserved a playoff spot. I think we could trip on a lot of things. I think we can even be mad at Bear for a little couple things. But I think Bear is doing the best he can. I think there's no other choice. Like I've said a billion times, fourth longest tenure coach. He's got these boys going. Notice how we all tripped on Twitter and we're like, fire everybody. We had 63% out of 19 votes saying Bears not even going to make it to the end of December. And then we came out and had the mighty duck hunt of 7-0, the biggest win margin that we've had in history.
He's back
of the Mammoth. And we're so back. So I think that we should all just take a deep breath. And as Aaron Rodgers tweeted in 2014, relax. I think we're going to be all right, guys. I think we'll be all right.
We are going to be all right. And we're going to be all right until we see you, talk to you next time on Slapshot Utah when we come back.
Yep. Good talk, D. Leroy.
Was that it? I thought you were going to take it over.
I think we'll take it over. I think we can end it right here.
Yeah,
Go,
it's
Mammoth.
over. The show's over.